Final CIAC tournament points across matchup between the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons and your Staples Wreckers. First, let's welcome our visitors. Fairfield Ludlowe, who are led by head coach Steve Sweat. The Falcons were 11-5 during the regular season and advanced to this CIAC quarterfinal game with an 8-7 win over Simsbury in the first round. Now let's welcome our Staples Wreckers. The Wreckers finished the regular season with a 14-2 record and the number 2 seed in the CIAC tournament. The Wreckers advanced to the quarterfinals with a 22-1 victory over NFA. They are led by head coach Will Kashansky and captains Gabe Chinnis, Charlie Howard, and Ryan Thompson. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to a great game. Let's wish student athletes from both schools good luck, and we encourage all spectators at this afternoon's game to keep in mind that good sportsmanship is expected at all times. Now we ask that you stand and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Always blow out in the stadium. The speakers here are terrible.
Coming into this, finishing the season 12-5 and 6-5 in league play, but they also had a very hard schedule with losses to teams like Wilton, Ridgefield, Greenwich, and Darien, some of the best teams in Connecticut, and FCIAC, which is one of the best lacrosse conferences in the state. And I just got to say, you cannot count them out in this game. They have some good players. They have some stars that will go out there, and they'll get goals, they'll get plays. And, they like to utilize long poles, and then for the middies, they have guys that can dodge athleticism. Don't count them out. But the Staples Wreckers definitely on a roll, winning 22-1 in their last matchup against Norwich Free Academy. So we definitely have a great matchup set out today. And the winner of this will go on to play most likely go on to play Ridgefield, because obviously anything can happen. But Ridgefield, a very talented team, probably going to win their game, and that's going to be another great game.
As we get going here, Staples starts the face-off. Ace Henry Dodge wins the clamp, and it goes straight to Ludlow's hands. Ball held right now by Finn Huey.
And Aiden out there, you saw the two LSMs out there for the face-off.
Yep, Staples going into that somewhat different look of leaving a shorty back on defense, something that Staples wanted to use matchups to exploit, a plan they've been talking about all week, as I've been a part of those huddles and, listen to this team all week. It's something that they focused on this week. As Ludlowe passes the ball around. And it's going to be possessed up top by John Kleiback, the sophomore midi. Over to another one of their better players, Colin McCarthy, senior midi. Steps in, shot, and that one misses wide. Ludlowe on the chase.
And the one thing that is definitely important to note going into this is, based on all the background, Kleinbeck takes the highest percentage of the shots for this Ludlow attack. So that's definitely something important to note, that he is going to have the ball a lot, but he will not necessarily be facilitating. Loves to shoot the ball.
Yes, Kleinbeck and McCarthy are two of their bigger shooters. And another one of their big shooters, Liam Kesser, misses high. Ludlow retains possession. So Ludlow's offense predicated around just a couple of those guys. We talked about Kleinbeck, McCarthy, and Kesser are a couple of them. Really the predominant shot takers, and you'll see that throughout the game. As ball held right now, Liam Kesser, guarded by Schaefer. He dodges down, and he's going to pass it off. Cooper Carr. Now on to the side, that's McCarthy. He's guarded by Thompson. He gets a little space. Shot, score. He beats Marcus High. And that's going to make it 1-0 Ludlow as we're just a minute and a half into this first quarter. What'd you see there, Andy?
That was just a great shot from McCarthy. And what I was actually going to say before, I was going to chime in and talk about how it didn't look like Ludlow was really getting too many steps, like they had a really athletic advantage there. But McCarthy put in the footwork, had the twinkle toes. He was able to make some space for himself and a great shot. You can't, I think that it was possibly savable, but you can't blame it on Marcus.
No.
Great shot by McCarthy. And as we said, Ludlow, they're a good team.
Yep. And, Ludlow, one of those teams, they couldn't get over the hump in some of their FCAC games. Played a lot of close games against teams like Darien. Didn't end up beating them, but they're not a team that is just a joke team. They can play ball. They just don't have the same kind of depth as Staples, is what I was hearing so far from the Staples team in their pregame preparation.
And I think one of the reasons why they might be so questionable is their biggest win within the FSAC was against New Canaan. But as we know, New Canaan had a very volatile season this year. They had very good moments and their very bad moments.
Dodging down the alley. That's Kleinbeck. He gets the quick switch by FCAC first teamer Michael Nealon. Off to the side. Shot. Kesser, and that's going to make it a 2-0 ball game. Ludlow with 9 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and Ludlow dominating possession time to start this game.
Ludlow is definitely coming out to a quick start. Aiden, I don't want to you don't want to imagine a situation where this happens, but we do know that there is a very good pipeline of goalies behind this. Do you think if this game gets out of hand, there's a chance that Marcus gets subbed out?
I don't even think that that's something to be talked about, but we'll get back to that later. I think Josh is going to turn it around.
Definitely. He's obviously very talented lacrosse player.
Yeah,
but,
and he's been playing great recently.
Just
Dodge
a slow
wins.
Start for the Wreckers.
Yep, and Dodge wins that face-off. He's getting harassed by Ludlow face-off guy, Owen Gibbons. Now ball held up top by Thompson.
They finally possess it on their side of the field.
Yep. Schaefer holds it up top. He's guarded by short stick defenseman Zach Hathaway. Pass to the middle. Howard catches it. He loses it before he can get the behind-the-back shot off, and Ludlow picks it off. Not a great start right now for Staples as Timothy Ziegler moves it up the field. He gets it to the threatening midi. That's Finn Huey, who we know likes to go up and play some offense, and he loses the ball in the midfield. But he gets it back. And that's going to be a Ludlow timeout with 8 minutes and 47 seconds left to play. Ludlow with a 2-0 lead.
Ludlow, obviously, we talk about how they are a great team, but the thing is, those two shots that they had, the first one definitely did require some skill, but the second one, it was kind of an open shot. That kind of comes down to the Staples defense not playing like they got to be more aware of where the attackers are. They're giving them lanes. They're giving them the opportunity to score this early, and as good as a team as Staples is, you still don't want to get a team to get this kind of lead on you this early into the game. I think that the defense could really use a kick up in the intensity right now. And honestly, and I don't know if you think this, but they just don't even look like they're themselves out there right now. I feel like they aren't playing the normal brand of Staples Records lacrosse that we normally see. Obviously, it's early on; it doesn't mean anything for the rest of the game, but they just don't look fully tuned in right now.
And Staples, their big something we did, and I am on the Staples varsity roster. If part of some of the kids who did not get jerseys but did get called up, and as I've seen this whole week, something that one of the keys is Staples needs to stick to their identity and not kind of switch up to their opponents. They always play better and start off fast when we kind of just play our game.
Yeah.
And it's not what they're doing right now. After a good ride, that is what Staples plays, and Howard is going to steal that in the midfield. So there's a quick start there.
That was
off the
important.
timeout. Maybe a little momentum shifter for Staples.
Yeah, that's a great thing to see already. Maybe
and now a bad pass from Howard to Thompson. Not something you see very often. And that's going to give Ludlowe the ball back. Unforced turnover.
That is definitely unfortunate to see. You see maybe a little hint of like a kick up, a momentum shift, and that kind of stuff can kill morale. But, the Staples Wreckers, basically a professional style team. They're going to bounce back. There's no doubt about it.
And Ludlowe successfully clears it this time. Guarded by Nealon. That's Ryan Ferris. Nealon just got the first team All-FCAC nod, which is something really cool for this team. Nealon, not totally expected. It was a little bit of a surprise to some people, but he is a really, really strong player. And really great.
Yeah, to add on to that, too, not only is he a strong player.
As he pushes his man out of bounds, right, if we talk about it, and we get a flag down, we're going to see that flag's on. That might be a complaint by Ludlowe. Yeah, they're going to call it unsportsmanlike on Ludlowe, and we get laundry on the field there, Andy.
Oh, God, I love to say that. But what was it called? I was talking about Nealon, just on the topic. You're talking about that. Obviously a great lacrosse player, but I think the better thing to mention, he's a dynamite kid. He is an all-around great kid. No one hates Mike Nealon. Very well-deserved first-team All-FCAC.
Yep, and they're going to get that unsportsmanlike call. Ludlow's coach is not very happy with their player, as Ferris, very undisciplined, is going to give Staples an unnecessary man-up opportunity, but let's see if Staples can capitalize. Schaefer holds it up top. Over to Thompson. Thompson up top to Schaefer, back to Schaefer. He's got a little space. He passes it back to Thompson, over to Best. Best with a bad pass down to Rothenberg. Or that got tipped, and Staples holds on to it.
Very lucky that got tipped there. I thought that was another errant pass for Staples.
And now they pass around up top. Schaefer gets a pick from Thompson. Over to Best. And they kill off that successfully as a shot from Howard clings the post and does not go out of bounds. Howard gets his own shot, rebound back. Clark has it. We're back to even strength as Ludlowe successfully killed off their penalty. Best dodges down. He goes back down to the alley. He passes back. Schaefer. Over to Thompson. Down to Clark. Shot. He misses wide. Staples on the possession.
Definitely something Staples needs to maintain here is possession. Early on, we're about 6 minutes into the first quarter, and they weren't doing too great at that at the beginning, but they're doing better now, which is great to see.
Schaefer holds it up top. Over to Best. He's going to dodge. Best dodges left. He slips. And another factor is it was some heavy rain in the last couple of days on this field. Might see some slipping up a little more today as Howard jumps, shot, saved. And that's the first save we'll see on the day by Murphy Huey.
Huey's having a great showing so far.
Some nice clearing. Yes, that's his first save of the day so far, though. Howard looks to shoot, passes, shot, Schaefer, score. And now Staples cuts their deficit in half, 2-1, and we'll see that offense firepower with their first goal of the game.
That's exactly what you want to see from Staples, using all of their talent to just swing the ball around. You have, at least 6 guys out there who will put the ball in the net from any angle. Great thing to see, and Schaefer again, the first one on the board. It's another great thing to see. Great lacrosse player.
And on the Staples, on the keys that this team made for the week, Staples, one of the homework assignments was the team had to make, each possession group had to make one key to the win of the game, and the attack said selfless ball movement was going to be their key to winning this game, and that's exactly what scored them that goal there. and they're going to win the face-off, and Dodge gets off the field. Sequenzia on the field now. He's joined by Carter Gay.
Definitely want to see if Sequenzia can use some of his athleticism here to make some gashes in the defense.
As he dodges over the top. He gets in space. Shot. Score! You called it!
What did I say?
And just like that,
God.
this game is tied 2-2. With 5 minutes and 30 seconds left, Staples has completely flipped the switch, and now they're rolling.
Great stuff by Leo, the lefty, going to be able to use his dominant hand on that shot, put it perfectly in the net. Very difficult save for Huey, and I'm jazzed about calling that, though. Yeah. Oh, man, I can predict the future.
And as I was touching on earlier, or to you, Andy, in talking pregame, Sequenzia, so I've been playing goalie with this team for a couple weeks now, being on varsity.
Yeah.
And
Sequenzia
is just, he gave me a little stinger on my leg, but he can shoot the lights out in a way that I've really don't see. That way he can go sidearm to high, just so hard. Sequenzia's got a hammer there.
Sequenzia is the ideal midi in lacrosse because he has the athleticism. That's what you need.
And he looks like the stereotypical lacrosse player as well. Schaefer gets in space. Shot! Score! And just like that, Staples now has the lead with 5 minutes left in the first. Schaefer does it all himself, and that's going to be another goal. Huge celebration on the sideline as well for the Staples team.
That's the best part about this team. Staples has all of the components to be able to shift the momentum like that. And for those of you that couldn't hear it, I just snapped my fingers. But basically, they have Henry Dodge who can win. I'm just going to throw. He can win a majority of his faceoffs. That definitely helps to get the possession. All around, great offensive talent, put the ball in the net. And they do have a good defense when they step up and play the way they can. And
Dodge did get first-team All-FCAC honors. Staples has 4 first-team All-FCAC players this year as well. That'll be Thompson. And then we talked about Dodge and Nealon already, as well as Thompson and Charlie Howard. So no surprise with the other two. Howard's got some space. A little fast break. He shoots. That one didn't make it to the net.
Did Huey deflect that there, or was it just a...
I think it might have been deflected by a defender. Kind of lost that one in the air, but nonetheless, Staples still holds on to it. Sequenzia is going to slow the pace. Throws it over to Best. Sale back to Best. And Sequenzia is going to go to work again. He's got the shorty. Ludlowe sends some quick help. He gets it off to Sale. Sale shot misses wide. Rothenberg with the chase.
Staples is in the right place at the right time right now, really being able to hammer down on these possessions. It's really nice to see.
And Sequenzia holds it at the top right. He's going to step in and shoot again. That one was a missile, but it just missed high. Sequenzia heavy on the dodging. He's been getting some of those good matchups today. And Clark pushed out immediately after picking the ball up on the end line. Ludlowe gets it back. And this will be the first time Ludlowe gets the ball in quite a while in this game.
Definitely. I want to say it's been at least a definite 3 minutes maybe since they've had the ball on their side of the field.
Might actually be more. Staples scoring on their last 3 possessions. And now in the middle of the field against Finn Huey. The long stick. He loves to do that. And he passes it off. 3 minutes and 38 seconds left. Staples up 3-2. The Ludlowe offense getting instructions from their sideline. And now it's possessed up top by Liam Kieser. Kieser dodges left. Guarded ferociously by Derek Sale. And Sale gets off of him and just in time. And now Ajiri guards. Stepping in shot. Gets some space in the middle. And that one misses wide. That shot came in from Cooper Carr, senior attackman. And as we were talking about earlier, Jaden Mueller, Staples' strongest defensive midi, is on attackman Tyler Frater-Kangeli. So what I was saying, that double pull on the midfield Staples is doing. Shot coming in from the side, misses high.
And what?
Ludlowe retains possession.
And do you think that the amount that Ludlowe uses the pole that it's just that much of an advantage for them when it comes to the attacking side, just because
I don't think
they're so used to
that's
it?
not why. I think Staples thinks that there's some stronger midfielders than there are attackmen. As ball goes back on the midfield, and Howard got space. 3-on-3, Howard steps in, shot, score! 4-2 Staples with 2 minutes and 30 left in the first quarter, and the entire sideline goes wild. Doing the whole stick above the head.
There,
Yeah. No, Charlie actually started that celebration. They're not mocking him. It's his celebration.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like mimicking him. My bad.
But unforced turnover gave Staples an easy 3-on-3 opportunity with space, and that's what Charlie Howard needed.
Yeah, definitely. Charlie Howard is able to use all of his athleticism there, and he's a great fast break, great transition, and a great lacrosse player.
And what I was mentioning earlier is putting Mueller on a attackman is not very common to see, double pulling the midfield.
Yeah.
But it seems to be paying off ever since those quick 2 goals. It seems to be paying off. Shaver steps in, shot, and another save by Murphy Huey. And Ludlowe gets the chase off the shot. Huey with his second save of the game. Started off hot and quickly fell off, but now he's back.
They got some big possessions upcoming for Ludlowe here after all the momentum changing. It's really going to be interesting to see how they react and can overcome something like this.
Yeah, Ludlowe would love to see a goal before the quarter to get a little of the
little boost.
A little boost.
Yeah.
Before the break. Nealon harasses his defender, but he gets beat. And he gets the back check going, and Nealon recovers beautifully. He was guarding the long pull, Timmy Ziegler, and now Staples has numbers. Howard elects not to push it, and Staples is going to get their defenders off and set up some subs. Timmy Ziegler beat Nealon off the dodge, and Nealon recovered. You know, with that long stick that Ziegler held, it made it a little easier for Nealon to get back in time to get a check on him. Sequenzia holds it up top. He looks like he's going to dodge again. He's got another short stick matchup. Guarded by Cole O'Boyle. And now Best has it. He's guarded by Zach Hathaway. Carter Gay holds it on the side. Over to Clark. Back to Gay. And now Sequenzia holds it up top, looking to set up a dodge for Sequenzia. He moves over to the right. He's going to get some space, and he's about to go try and get back to the left. His defender, Cole O'Boyle, knows that. With 30 seconds left, Staples looks to hold for the last shot. Sequenzia gets space. He passes it off to Rothenberg. Now to Clark. Sends it back to Rothenberg. To Sequenzia. That pass is tipped. A scramble for it. Sequenzia gets it back. He gets his stick checked. Ball's back in the corner. And going out of bounds just before he launches it upfield, that was Finn Huey. And Staples is going to get the ball all the way back on the end line.
One thing
you see how much power he got on that?
Yeah. One thing that's I think is really interesting is Ludlowe is very persistent to keep the short stick defender on Sequenzia. Maybe they want to use that. Maybe it's a faster guy and they want to use that athleticism for defense. But I personally don't know how I would.
5 seconds left. Clark. He gets shifty with it. Pass. Shot. Sequenzia. That one misses. And that's going to do it for the quarter. 4-2 is our score. And Staples coming back from that 2-0 deficit to score 4 unanswered with all the momentum in their pocket.
Great bounce back from Staples there. And Aiden, I got to say, do you agree with Ludlow's position with putting a short stick on Sequenzia? Do you think it favors them because he might be more of a more athletic guy that can help out in guarding him?
I just think that Staples has 3 extremely strong attackmen that you would not want to put shorties on.
Yeah.
And midfielders like Thompson and Carter Gay that you don't want to have shorties on it and let up a dodge as well. So it's like pick your poison.
Yeah.
And right now it's been Sequenzia, and I mean obviously not paying off.
Definitely not. I mean, that's just what it comes down to with the potency of the Staples offense. It's almost like if you don't have an all-star studded defense, there isn't enough to go around to guard everyone. It's too much. It's an onslaught of just great shots, great ball movement, great speed, great dodges, and at some point it just becomes too much, and that's when teams begin to crack.
Yep. And as we're here at the end of the quarter, I want to go back to those keys that Staples were talking about, and just reflect on if they're living up to them, and they're talking about, that selfless ball movement, Andy. You think you've seen that from Staples and on those goals?
I think most definitely we've seen selfless ball movement. Although some of the goals have come off, like one of the goals coming off of Sequenzia just kind of all doing it by himself, there has been amazing ball movement, and they're definitely not like trying to force shots or anything like that. Not that they do normally, but I would say there's definitely been some pretty selfless ball movement for Staples as of yet.
And one thing that I noticed, and Josh Marcus was given the goal of having the master key for this week, the top key. So the freshman goalie Marcus, who hasn't been tested since those 2 early goals, came up with that stick to their identity and don't play down to their opponent. And the difference in this game has been just that, is when Staples goes back to the same offense stuff they've been running all year, that same aggressive defense that they've been running all year, and not switching up to what Ludlow's been doing. That's where they're finding the most success.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what you want to do. When you're a good team, you have to stick to your identity because you can beat teams. You can beat any team. Like, I think if Staples really thinks that if they really stick to that identity, they think that they're the best, they'll go out there and beat a team like Darien.
Yeah. I think Staples could really run the table if they play like the way they know they can. As Dodge flips it back to Thompson. He has trouble with it. A somewhat routine play he has trouble picking up, and that ball gets out. Nealon's going to go back and pick that up all the way back in the Staples defensive half. And now Thompson gets it in the back right, and Staples is going to get the clear. He passes it all the way up to Chinitz, and he goes over midfield. And they touch it into the box. That first line midi right now in with Thompson as Sale goes to the goal, and he scores. Very interesting there. Ludlowe just decided to give him some space in the middle of the field. We saw that in the first Staples-Wilton game where Sale kind of just gets a lot of space and just walks in.
I don't know who you think you are giving any Staples record that amount of space, and I think you're scoring if you get that, especially with your hat trick this season. Having a great showing that you can be a really potent attacker as part of the Staples attack. But no, you do not want to give anyone that space, especially anyone who's a Staples record who is going to be
someone like Derek Sale, who's a really
that's what I'm saying. Like
a first line midi, yeah.
Just overall, they're going to be able to shoot the ball, and you do not want a one-on-one opportunity with a goalie in any Staples record.
Dodge ties the clamp and then kicks the ball back to his teammates, and Staples calls a timeout with just 48 seconds into this second quarter. Staples up 5-2.
Foots up play from Dodge there. Good stuff.
Yeah, foots up, yeah. As you were talking about, Andy, that attack part of me. For those of you listening, I am a goalie. Played most of JV this year, but got in on attack. Got a couple of three goals in a quarter, so that was pretty cool. A little shameless plug for myself. The only time I'll ever get to play offense. It can't hurt.
I mean, if we're just bragging right now, I'm obviously just an astounding rugby player with 4 JV games played, but I have 2 hat tricks on the season. So I'm just throwing that out there.
I mean, we're the ones that get to call this game, so we get to brag about our own personal accomplishments.
That's true. And you know what else we can plug too, because it's so important to us. One of the definitely the main pillars of this Staples Records team, Spo Jerry, Nick Algieri, having his own TV show out with Staples TV,
Life of Spo,
70, yeah. Life of Spo. Definitely check it out on Instagram. Yeah. Just over.
With our WPT Algieri, the starting defender, and another player. Speaking of our WPT family, very sadly and unfortunate, but Max Udell, who was a pretty important part of this offense all season, WPT leader, went down with a non-contact knee injury towards ACL, which is really unfortunate. But this Staples team is rallying around, and he's doing everything he can to help out in other ways. So we're here for you, Utes. Ball being passed around. Staples ended up winning that face-off. Schaefer held it. He draws the slide. Quick ball movement. Clark gets it. Little dodge, but he passes it off. Now to Thompson. Thompson goes right. Takes the pick. Now to Best. Best got the short stick matchup. Best the Lafayette commit. And he doesn't press it. He's going to get the ball back, reset, and now he's got a little head start. Dodge. Left side. Passes it off. Howard has it at X. He passes it up top. Clark has it. Clark slips a little bit. Thompson gets the short stick matchup. He goes down the alley. Now Howard. Howard gets the short stick, and now Howard's going to press that with the shorty on him. He's going to get a quick slide coming in from Timmy Ziegler. Passes it off. Schaefer holds it up top. Steps in. Rothenberg shoots off the crossbar. Staples chases that one off the sideline. Rothenberg put a steamer on that one. That one had some mustard.
That was a hard shot, and that was close too. I already know that Huey was
not
seeing
there.
the light right there.
Yeah, and that one just off the crossbar went pretty far out of bounds all the way to the top, but Staples holds on to the ball. Rothenberg. Into the middle. Howard shot. Score. 6-2 Staples. Howard with a beautiful shot. Had very little space to the left side of Huey, and he just found that little bounce pocket there, and that's why he's committed to Boston University.
Yeah, and Howard definitely he has 2 goals on the day already. And this is the Staples Rutgers team we're used to seeing. This is what they're playing. They're one cohesive unit right now, and that's what it comes down to with the selfless ball movement. They're really working together, and honestly, I think I can safely say, at least for the end of the first quarter and since the start of the second quarter, there have been minimal to no mistakes.
Yeah, and
no
Staples,
blunders.
after coming out sleeping to start the game, have absolutely dominated since then. They woke up. Sale has a lot of space again. He doesn't go do anything with it. But now the running start, pass to the middle, Gay. He passes it over to Clark. Clark up top to Sale. Now to Schaefer. Schaefer to Gay. Back to Schaefer. And now Gay possesses it. He steps in, shot, and another save from Huey.
That was a beautiful save. You gotta give him that.
Yeah, Huey saw that all the way. 6-side high, not the highest percentage shot. Carter Gay was a little farther out than you probably want for that kind of shot, but still worth taking. And ball goes out of bounds, not tipped by Ludlowe, and Ludlow's going to get possession of it.
I think one of the long pulls from Staples managed to touch it, so when it went out of bounds.
Yeah. Now out of the side, Ludlowe. Very little possession time after those first 2 minutes of the game. Ball held on the side. Sale guards up top. He guards Kesser, who dodges left. He passes it off. Now Chinitz, the second team All-FCAC Bryant commit, guards. Ball is held by Cooper Carr, senior attackman. Up top with a dodge, that's Kesser. Kesser spins back. He gets a slide. He passes it off with some space. That's McCarthy. McCarthy draws a slide. Chinitz guards him. Chinitz harasses him, and he passes it off. Now Mueller guards Kesser. Kesser shot, score. That was a really beautifully placed shot. And Marcus just couldn't get there in time. Very much of a 50-50 one.
I got to say, there was a beautiful goal from Ludlowe there. Marcus, unfortunately, cannot make the save. Sitting here at 6-3, and I'm going to be honest, I think in the grand scheme of things, that goal is not going to mean much.
Yeah, no, and Marcus, that's a 50-50 ball as a goalie. If that one's shot off stick low, getting there is really hard. That's you start off with your stick up in the top right, getting it all the way down to the bottom left. Obviously, it's going to take the most time, and that shot just beat him there. Now Eigen,
the mullet man,
has space in the middle. Mullet man goes. He starts a little break. Pass it to Rothenberg, and he's going to slow it down. Thompson has it up top. So Quincy had a little bit of space, but he decided not to pass it over to the middle. So Quincy back to Thompson. Over to Thompson. Now Carter Gay holds it. Clark. He goes to work. He shoots one low, and it looked like it went in. It hit the side of the net. Staples crowd thought that went in, but it did not.
That was a real tease. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that went in too.
I did not think that went in. You know, I see shots like a goalie. The angle that he was at, it would have been really hard to put that in low to low. More likely that it hits the side of the net there. I've got that lacrosse experience.
Is that how you start every conversation now to make yourself sound credible? As a varsity Staples goalie, I believe.
I have to. I've got the experience, and I have to make sure that you know that, and that everyone else listening
Everyone else knows
knows
that you're rostered.
I need to feel good about myself, Andy. As going to shoot, McCarthy got checked. Don't know if that's going to count as a shot, and it won't. Staples gets the ball. If that count as a shot, Staples would not have gotten the ball. But because he got checked so early, they did not give him shot credit on that.
You said Joe?
What?
Joe Mama.
Again, the maturity levels from you during these games is just. I'm not even going to address it. Schaefer holds it up top as we're 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Andy, still acting like a baby.
My bad.
Sale holds it up top. He starts to dodge to Rothenberg. Now Clark holds it on the side. Over to Best. Best to Schaefer. Sale. Dodge down the alley. Over to Gavin. Into Howard in the middle. Now back to Schaefer. Schaefer steps in. Shot. Hits the post. And that one comes all the way back to the other side of the field where Ludlow's attackman chases that one down. Another shot that hits the crossbar for Staples. I think that's 3 today.
As a goalie, what would you say the average shot speed is of like a Staples attackman?
Someone like Howard could probably hit the mid-90s, probably 95 miles an hour. I would say that shot from Howard is. Someone like Chinitz with a long stick and a run-up could probably get into like 105 miles an hour. But like Thompson with a running start, 100. So like some of these kids, Squenzi as well, can reach the high 90s, low 3 digits.
Oh, really?
But it's probably more closer to like the lower 90s with the less extreme shooters on the team, towards the middle end of the team. Now McCarthy dodges. He spins back left. Schaefer comes to help. Shot comes in, and he misses. That was Tyler Fratar Cangelli. Wow, that is a tongue twister. And he missed high. Ludlowe holds on to it.
That's a paisan right there, Italiano.
And Tyler, I'm just going to call him Tyler from now on. He's been guarded by Mueller all game, and it's been working. Mueller been doing a great job playing defense with a short stick.
Yeah, and Mueller's one of the obviously you said one of the more talented defenders on the Staples team. So
I think most of the team would agree he's probably the best D-midi,
yeah.
Just like because he plays sole D-midi. A lot of the other guys play both. Like Schaefer plays offense as well. Mm-hmm. Mueller's a specialist.
Yeah, so he can work wonders with that short stick.
Yeah. Now Chinitz guards. That's Cooper Carr. He passes it off. Up top to McCarthy. Ball tipped by Gebecki, and that one's going to get over the midfield to where Howard picks up. Howard, 2-on-1, Howard and Clark. He passes it to Clark. Clark shot, score! And that will make the score 7-3, and we knew immediately, Andy, that was going to be a goal. Staples had the 2-on-1.
Charlie Howard on a breakaway. I thought he was going to rip that himself, but, it was a 2. Tyler Clark was in the right position, got to the 2-on-1. Look at Utes. He's doing it. He's doing the celebration with his crutches. He just dropped his crutches.
And that Utes getting involved. Utes is awesome. And had to make a choice there. Timmy Ziegler had to decide whether to go play Howard with the ball or forced the pass to Clark. He chose playing Howard with the ball. Not much for him to do there.
Ziegler made the right decision. It's just so hard to deal when you're in a situation like that.
Yeah. Now expected to be able to do much there. Sale picks it up at the midfield.
What did they say there? Number 45, Owen Gibbons went early?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Thompson. Over to Howard. Howard now to Sale. Sale to Gay. Back to Thompson. And now Sale's going to dodge. He's guarded by Cole O'Boyle. He shoots. A nice save there by Murphy Huey, and Ludlowe gets possession of it. Going up the field with that long stick again is Finn Huey. And Ludlow's going to call timeout before he can get checked. With 2 minutes and 54 seconds left, Staples leads 7-3.
I know you always talk about it as in your experience. Huey has, Huey. A good save percentage for a goalie in lacrosse, you say, is about 50%, right?
50% is average. That's not good. That's okay. 50% would be like okay. A good save percentage is 60, and like pretty much anything above 60 is really, really good. If you can hit 70, you're amazing.
I think right now, I want to say that Huey has maybe about 3 saves. So you add that in on about like 10 total shots on goal, 7 going. If you just the 10 shots that Huey could have gotten, 7 going in with 3 saves. That means he's a 30% right now. Definitely not going to cut it.
No, that's not going to cut against the Staples team, but a lot of the shots have been high quality.
That's true.
Well, what Huey could have been doing.
Everything's going to be high quality. Nothing. I mean, the one thing you learn, especially when I'm calling with you, of course, you like to always blame the goalie, but when
I
you have
don't
a
like
goalie's
to blame the goalie.
No,
ever.
I'm saying everyone likes you. Everyone. That's like the first person you can point to because it's the dude that's
I'm always the one that defends the goalies.
That's what I was getting to. The thing is, when you actually call a game with a goalie who knows from experience, you learn that it's so much more important on the defense. There's a laundry on the field. A flag just got thrown.
That's going to be an illegal stick. On which team exactly?
It looks like Ludlowe, I think.
I'm not so sure about that, Andy.
I swear. Oh, wait, no.
It's going to be a Staples illegal stick on Tyler Clark, and that is huge for Ludlowe. So what that is a 2-minute unreleasable penalty, meaning that Ludlowe can rake in as many goals as they want in these 2 minutes. Very unfortunate for Staples.
That's not good.
But their man down gets a chance to go to work.
I thought I saw one of the Zebras talking to Cooper Carr, the RPI commit.
Zebras.
But it looks like they grabbed Clark's stick.
So they'll do a random stick check at pretty much every timeout and end of the quarters, just to I guess have always the threat that you can't have an illegal stick, so you have the threat.
And Aiden, the first one that we saw that when we were calling a game was actually the last game that we called, the Wilton game in the semifinal. There was a illegal stick check in the second.
On Wilton, yeah.
On Wilton in the second quarter, and Staples was able to kind of chip away at their lead a little bit.
Staples only getting 1 on that, but I mean, not shabby by any means, but you want to get a bunch of goals. A 2-minute man down is absurd. Shot! Marcus makes the save. That was Kessler who got a really nice opportunity there from a tight angle, but about 8 yards out, he missed. Marcus got low all over that one. Marcus hasn't been tested too much this game. A lot of close-in shots, and one towards the beginning that he wants back. Ball's being passed around. Kessler on the side. Now to McCarthy. Over to Kleinbach. Back to McCarthy. McCarthy steps in, shot right into Marcus's stick. Marcus didn't even have to move there. Not a good shot there from McCarthy. Staples now has to try and kill off this extremely long penalty.
I got to say, with how good and how composed this kid is, sometimes you forget he's a freshman.
Yeah, Ajir, the bad pass in the middle, and Nealon dived to try and save it. He could not
saved
get
it, though. Almost got there.
Prison Michael almost got there. But that gets Ludlowe some more man-up chances. About a minute left in that 2-minute penalty. Staples leads 7-3 with a minute 30 left in the quarter. Ball held on the side. Passed over. McCarthy on the side. He's going to take that same shot again. And Marcus might have gotten a tip on that, or it went wide. Can't really tell. But either way, missed shot. Ludlow's going to get the ball back.
Credit to McCarthy, though. He ripped that one. That was a tight window trying to get it into. And he got some velocity on that one.
Yup. And Coach Bandon fixing Tyler Clark's stick on the side to make it legal. A step-in shot, and Ludlow's going to get finally one. That's their third shot of the penalty, and you were expecting they were going to get one. A hammer beats Marcus off stick high, 7-4. Staples still leads.
Aiden, for an illegal stick check, can the ref just eyeball it, or does he have to place a ball in it and see what it looks like?
So,
what is it?
I mean, it depends. So there's different ways, obviously, to have an illegal stick. There's more than one way to have your stick be illegal. So you could have a pocket too deep. They'd use a ball to check if the ball is lower than the rim of the side of the head. if the head's too wide, if it's too bent. There's a ton of rules. If tape's put in wrong spots, and I mean, the refs just look at it.
Yep.
And if they
And
need
they
to
can
use
tell.
a ball, yeah. Howard was on the side. Over to Carter Gay. With 45 seconds left, Staples looking to hold for the last shot of this half. 7-4 is the lead. Sequenzi on the side.
This is damage control right now. Escape the man down with minimal damage done.
The man down is actually over.
Oh, did it? I thought it was a 2-minute.
It was 2 minutes, and 2 minutes has gone by.
My bad.
That second goal came with just about 10 seconds left in the man down.
Okay.
So only get one on the 2 minute man down isn't the end of the world. It's probably expected. And Sequenzia misses wide. With 11 seconds left, Howard picks it up on the end line. Coach Anderson, the offensive coach for Staples, screaming over to the sideline. Howard steps in, 8 seconds. He hit a buzzer beater against Wilton at the end of the half. He jumps, shot, misses, and that's going to do it for the half. Staples leads 7-4. And a very back and forth half. Staples holds on to that 3-goal lead.
I mean, yeah, not much to say. You kind of covered it. Back and forth half. Ludlowe came out with a strong start. Then they just kind of started to plateau a little bit. Staples, slow start, and then skyrocketed up. And when Ludlow comes out, I think the main thing they got to do is their defense needs to step up right now. Their defense needs to play more aggressive. Need to get the possession back because their possession time has been lacking since the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and it's just about these teams making less mistakes. And right now, Staples doing just a little bit of a better job. They lead 7-4. We'll be back in just about 9-10 minutes for this second half of this game. Staples leads 7-4. Don't go anywhere.
Ludlowe came out fast as like a bat out of hell in the beginning, scoring 2 goals within the first 2 minutes, and then you called it. It's kind of they slowed up. Staples picked their game back up, and but looks like Ludlowe might get possession to start the second half.
A very drawn clamp as it was a big scramble for the ball.
Oh my God.
Someone lost their stick. Someone got wrecked. And Ludlowe picks up and calls an immediate timeout.
Smart.
I guess the 10-minute, 15-minute halftime break wasn't enough for him.
I guess not. I guess they guys got to regroup. We got to regroup.
I don't know. You think that those 16 seconds were just too much for them to handle. They got to call timeout.
Yeah, but what's it called? I mean, Ludlowe starting with possession. Obviously, it's too early to make any insights on the second half. But, to continue the recap, definitely Ludlowe came out strong. Staples rallied as normal, being the professional team that they are. They kept their cool. Marcus, he still looked cool, calm, and collected after, that slow start, which is great. It's something you love to see, especially from a young leader. And I know, Aiden.
Yeah, so I was in the I spent my halftime in with the team, listening to the halftime speech, and I talked to Josh a little bit. Josh is not happy with how he played in the first half, but he's a forward thinker. He always just looking to make the next save and forget, whatever's happened so far in this game. I have full confidence that he's going to turn it around, but as well as the rest, as with the rest of the team during halftime. Kind of talked about sticking to what they've been doing. Not any huge halftime adjustments. Said a couple guys that they want to focus on that I'll touch on a little bit later that they don't love the looks they've been seeing from, but other early slides. But other than that, Staples not doing a lot to change up at halftime from what I've heard.
Yeah, Staples doesn't have too much to change up on. They just, as we know, we were talking about in the first half, the number one thing that they said they need to do was stick to their identity, and I think that they've been doing that for the second quarter, end of the first quarter. They were able to do that, play the way they like to play and not try to conform to another team.
Yep.
And that's important, so they don't have too much to change. They just got to keep playing hard, strong, grit, and be determined.
Yeah, sticking with that double pull midfield with Staples as Thompson guards Kessler. And Kessler is one of those guys they want to slide a little earlier, too, as I was just saying, as they send a quick slide by Nealon. Up top to McCarthy. He's the other guy. He gets a shot, and Marcus all over that. He's back, and he's better than ever. He was quick to that shot, but then O'Loughlin lost it a little bit in the backfield. His stick got checked. And because the ball stayed in the stick when it got checked, that's a procedure. Ludlowe gets the ball.
That's a thing?
Yes.
That's horrible.
It's a rule in lacrosse. If the ball does not come out of the stick after one full flip in the air, or if it stays in it while it's on the ground,
the other team just gets the ball?
The other team gets the ball.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
That's if you drop your stick.
Yeah.
And Ajiri guards. He's being dodged on by Aaron Field. And now McCarthy has it. He's guarded by Nealon.
WWPT.
We apologize. That was our station ID as we get back into it. McCarthy shot immediately, and Josh Marcus does a full split to get to that one. He got mentally locked in, and Josh is ready to go. As two amazing saves to start this half, and Ludlowe putting some pressure on him. He's responding beautifully. Ball passing in the middle. Oh, Rothenberg picks it up. That was not to Rothenberg, but lucky. Staples have already gotten a touch, and there's a flag that comes down.
Laundry on the field.
Staples has a delayed penalty, a free possession right now. Once Ludlowe gets possession of the ball, it'll go right back to Staples.
And Leo has been kind of working his defender as of yet, so you kind of want to see the ball in his stick in this situation, at least for me.
He's guarded by Colo Boyle as well. Gets passed around. Thompson holds it up top. He dodges over the top. He goes down his right side, steps in, shot. And that one just misses wide. That penalty will be called. And the ref got to give a signal. We're going to look in for a second. Going to call a hold, a 30-second penalty on Ludlowe. Releasable.
And that sends Denholm Feldman to the sin bin.
The sin bin.
That's my
new one
I'm
to
sorry.
call it.
That's my favorite rugby term.
It's not a penalty box. It's just in hockey. It's just the middle of the field. It's just you go into the box and you take a knee.
It's the bad boy corner.
I mean, whatever you want to call it. You got too many names. As Staples passes it around, 30-second man up. They've probably already used 15 seconds of it. Pass in the middle. Clark behind the back. He misses wide. He had a very good opportunity for that BTB there, but he just missed. Not an easy shot to hit there.
Definitely not.
As ball lost in the middle of the field, and Staples is going to somehow get it back, but that'll do it for the penalty. Ludlowe gets back into the field, and we're going to set up for some even strength. Good, cold offense. As Schaefer holds it up top. Best. Swim move, dodge. He gets some space on the right. Shot, misses wide.
Bro, Best had some dangles there.
I mean, that's why he's a D1 college.
He did like 4 Euro steps, bro.
Committed to play at Lafayette at the conclusion of this season.
And also, Best, had his struggle with injuries earlier on. Definitely was really nice to get him back right towards the end of the season push for Staples.
And Sequenzia has a pull. He doesn't care. Goes left, shoots, scores. Sequenzia makes it 8-4. And they put a pull on him. They had Jacob Cohen, the freshman defender, guarding him. They knew they needed to make the switch. They did, and still. So Staples now at 8-4.
Comfortable place for Staples to be in, because I only say that not because of the score, but just because their defense has been playing up to par and what they need.
Yeah. And Dodge wins the face-off forwards. He gets into the box, loses the ball. And then he gets it back, brings it to X, and Staples is going to let him get off the field. They're going to slow it down. Eigen's also looking to get off the field. Now they're going to let Eigen stay, are they? They're going to let Eigen stay. So the Mullet Man gets the chance. Mullet Man looks to Dodge. He has the short stick. He moves right. Passes it forwards to Clark. Clark now to Gay. Gay has it in the middle. Now Howard, he's got a shorty on him. Not a good matchup for Ludlowe. He's going to try and take advantage of that. Jump shot off the post. Out to Eigen. Wow. Wow.
Great recovery for Eigen there to help Charlie Howard on that. But that was a beautiful shot, just a little high.
And that's his second time hitting the post today. So
Crossbar challenge.
Yeah, not in game, but I guess. Carter Gay looks to go. He passes in the middle. Howard gets it. Stick checked. Ball goes down. And Ludlowe takes care of that one.
Like I said, I think the one nice thing for Ludlowe here is the amount of short sticks they have back on the defensive half definitely helps when it comes to clearing a little bit.
Not really. Oh! And a helicopter check sends the stick flying of Kleinbach, and now Staples has numbers.
Did they really have to make me eat my words?
Staples 4-on-5, and Rothenberg gets it touch into the box. They're not going to push that, and they're going to let them get set up. Thompson's got space in the middle. He passed it to Howard, and Howard had a wide open shot, but it got tipped. And now it's going down the other way. Finn Huey. He's going to stay on offense. Never mind. He's going to get off the field. And Chinitz guards Cooper Carr. Carr with the split dodge. Nealon now guards. Gets beat behind him. Shot on the crease. And it just misses. And he got cracked for that. That's Tyler Fratton Cargelli. He got hammered. He paid the price of admission for there going into the crease. Now looking to dodge. Aaron Field. He's guarded by Ajiri. Roll dodge. He gets a little bit of space. Passes it off. Now Gebecki. He guards McCarthy. McCarthy moves over to the right. He gets a little space. He gets slid too. Quick ball movement. And now Steinbach has it. Kleinbach. Weezer has it. He passes in the middle. It's unsuccessful to Cooper Carr. Nealon kicks it up the field. Howard picks it up the offensive half. They've got 3-on-2.
Not again.
Over to Clark. He shoots. Score! Oh! 9-4 Staples with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Clark made it happen again.
Bro, you cannot let Charlie Howard get on a fast break, I guess.
Now, he's probably, the best attackman on this team, the strongest. Committed to play at Boston University, a team that made the tournament this year.
Yeah.
He's, Charlie Howard's legit. So you want to give him a lot of space like that to get to maneuver a fast break. That's not a really good strategy.
And I got a good question for you.
Yeah.
As a goalie, when Marcus is sitting there, he's waiting for a shot to come in, he's just spinning his stick. What is that to do? Is that just to keep yourself loose and ready to save it, or what? Or is that just like a habit?
He's never doing that as a shot's coming in. It's just a habit. There's no reasoning behind it. I don't do that. It's just like people do different things. People check the pipes a lot. As Coach Matty says, make sure that they're all good. Now you're just trying to keep yourself positioned when you're clicking the pipes with your stick. Spin back Sequenzia. He finds Rothenberg. Shot misses high. Staples chases it. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left. Staples leads 9-4. Clark moving to the right. He's going to hit it. A little hesitation dodge. Hit him with a little hezzy. To Schaefer. Back to Clark. He's guarded by the short stick. He's got Colo Boyo on him. Split dodge left. Makes his defender fall, and he just misses wide. Actually, doesn't just miss wide. He missed pretty far wide. But did everything right, put the shot there, and Staples holds on to the ball.
Tyler Clark took some ankles there, man. Oh, my God.
Sequenzia. He dodges to the left. His patented dodge. Spins back right to Rothenberg. Up to Howard. Shot. That one gets tipped. Chase. Staples holds on to it.
Will this possession ever end?
I'm not sure. Now Sale beats his defender. He's going to step in. Shot. And that one's saved cleanly by Murphy Huey. And we got a whistle.
I think someone tripped Sale because I saw him fall over.
I'm not sure. It might have been did Huey go in and out of the crease? I can't really tell. Regardless, that's going to give Staples the ball back. They don't give up us an explanation up here by the booth.
It really won't end, man. This possession will never end.
They've had the ball for like 3 or 4 minutes here. Still pushing. Howard. Rothenberg. Step in. Shot. He gets checked. And Ludlowe dies. They're going to get closest to that and finally end this possession. Let's go! Why are you rooting against Staples?
Dude, I want to see some
Every
action
time
here.
that I say anything against Staples, and all these guys listen back when they're watching film, they hear us. They always get mad at me because when you guys hear this, I'm not rooting against you guys. You guys just are. Staples is so good they don't give us a lot of close games.
That's exactly it.
This is one of them, but we just want close games.
I sat down and took notes on this Ludlowe team for a good chunk of time, and I haven't even been able to use any of them because no one's doing anything. You don't understand, man.
The hard life of being an announcer. It's not a waste. Don't say that. It's not a waste at all.
I should just start naming off facts.
Want a fun fact? As Weezer with a terrible shot, Marcus all over that. Not a very hard save, but Marcus all over that one. Was there almost immediately. Sale. Clears it over midfield. Andy's got it. 3-on-4. O'Loughlin. Over to Howard. Howard elects not to push it. That would have been fun. I wanted to see him push it. Now I get why he's not pushing it because Staples is up by 5 goals and pushing a fast break like that where it's kind of 50-50 is not a great idea. Schaefer's got space. He's going to go to goal. He passes it back to Thompson. And seems like Staples is going to hold on for the last shot with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. We got a little waiting to do here, Andy.
All right, cool.
So what I was saying is back to this Ludlowe attack I was saying this a little earlier, is that they're very narrow at the end of the season. They've got a lot of goals from a very small amount of guys, and a lot of their offense centers around the guys you've seen today with Keyser and McCarthy. Climb back a little bit, but behind that it's not a ton of depth, and that's the big difference. Is Staples has 10, 11 really high caliber offensive players, and they have the most depth in the FCAC by far.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's the thing about Ludlowe. It's like they were underrated going in. They're a good team. It's a lot of the same faces doing all the work.
Yeah, and depth is such a huge a part of lacrosse, a sport played with 10 people on the field.
Yeah, Staples.
As Schaefer goes to goal, passes it off. Best has space. He gets checked. He loses his space, and they're going to call some sort of penalty. Is that going to be it's going to be was that going to be a flag? Is there going to be a man down here? Yep, that's going to be a flag on Ludlowe for a hold on Best. And we did not get to see Laundry on the field, but they're just going to call the penalty. That's annoying.
That is very annoying. That's like my favorite part.
As Staples, with that man up, is going to actually just hold on to the ball. Because in lacrosse, if you have a man up advantage and you just hold on to the ball, you get to start the next quarter, or man up or man down. You start the next quarter with the ball. So there will be no face-off in the start of the fourth quarter. Staples will start with the ball in the offensive zone. Up 9-4 with 12 minutes left to play in this game. This is it. And, another thing we've been talking about all week in our Staples meetings is how this is our championship. This is the championship, right? If you lose, all the seniors' seasons are over. Everyone's season's over. So you have to treat it that way. Because if you lose, then I guess it is that way.
Yeah, that's always the mentality for every game. You always want to treat every game like it's your last, but for these seniors,
it really is.
This game could be their last, exactly.
And they really play until you lose, and don't lose.
And I think that's always the worst part too, because even if we think the Staples team has a good chance to run the table. Even if you do run the table, the championship's always bittersweet, right? Because it's the last time you'll be suiting up for the Staples lacrosse team. Even if you end up on top, it's the last time you'll ever put on that white and blue jersey.
Yeah, and this is 100% the last time they get to play on their home field. They get 12 more minutes on the home S for the season.
So they get to savor it. You couldn't ask for a
and we get a little feedback. We've got a couple fans right in front of us getting the first row seats to our our performance right by the press box.
Yeah, and honestly, for these seniors here playing their last game on Staples Field, you couldn't ask for a better day to do it. It's a beautiful day for some lacrosse, nice and sunny. Overall, this is like a picture-perfect kind of way to wrap up your career at Pauline
on the home S.
Yeah, on the home S. Yet, hopefully, if nothing terrible happens in the next 12 minutes, you get to go out with the W.
Yeah. And some of these guys play football as well. They probably played in their career, talk about freshmen and JV teams throughout their entire career. Some of these guys have played 50 or 60 games on this field, and to know that this is 1,000% their last game on the field, that's got to hold some sort of special weight.
Definitely.
For a lot of these guys. Guys like Thompson, who's played football, he's a three-sport captain, or Howard. It's just really cool to see it coming to an end like this, and Staples has a chance to do something special this year. Up 9-4, starting with the ball on offense in that man-up advantage. Shot comes in almost immediately. They found Howard on the crease, and that was a save made by Huey. Huey sets up the clear. Murphy Huey's had a very up-and-down game so far.
Definitely.
I would say very average performance from a goalie.
It's very average. The only issue is it was I keep using the word today a lot.
And that's
it's fitting.
And that's a failure to advance on Ludlowe, and they're going to quickly sub off, but they did not get the ball over midfield in 20 seconds. And a shot comes in immediately, making him pay his Staples, and that's going to make it 10-4. Bad substitutions. And that's another one of Staples' keys to the game, was beating them on their clears because they like to sub a lot. a very free goal there coming in.
You know, sorry. What I was saying is I keep saying it, but it's so fitting for the day. Huey's performance has also been very volatile. He's had his moments where he lets in 3 goals in a row, but he also had his moments where he gets saves and he doesn't get scored on.
I mean, he hasn't made any of those really solid, those really crazy inside saves.
Oh, definitely not.
And he's made a couple of routine ones from outside. He's had a very up and down game. He's playing pretty average.
I think he's definitely below the 50% threshold, though, when it comes to
save
percentage.
And he's not one of the best goalies in the FCI because Dodge is a little space. Dodge does not make the selfish move. He passes that one off. You know how badly Dodge wanted to go try and score that.
Oh, yeah. I remember a Wilton game. Coach K called that timeout when Dodge hit a fast break.
Oh, yeah. He was hot. And Best holds it on the side. Up top to Jack Eigen, otherwise known as Mullet Man. Back to Mullet Man. Over to Best. Back to Mullet Man. And Mullet Man's going to dodge down the right alley. He passes it off. Clark makes the leaping grab, and he just gets over to that one. He moves his man in the net. He almost gets caught in the net. Passes it off. Schaefer looked to shoot. He did not shoot. Back up to Mullet Man. Over to Schaefer. Schaefer. He dodges right. Rolls back left. Back to the right. A little shifty with it. Shot. Gets checked. And that one goes nowhere near the goal. That's going to be Staples' ball as Clark made the diving effort to go get it. He was joined by Luke Lasiza, the senior defender for Ludlowe, both making diving attempts to get that ball, knowing how much this game means, putting your body on the line.
Oh, yeah. You got to leave everything out on the field.
And Eigen's going to dodge again. He's guarded by O'Boyle. He gets it over to Rothenberg. Rothenberg back up top to Schaefer. Schaefer to Howard. Howard dodges. And he gets a stick to his face, and that's going to be flagged down immediately by both refs. And he shoots. That one misses wide. Staples is going to get a man-up advantage for that slash or hold to the head.
That's not the kind of mistake you want to have this late in the game. But
and it kills so much Ludlow chances of momentum down 10-4.
Something that I was thinking about, though, that I think is really, really neat is Mullet Man, who's going to join his brother at Texas for lacrosse next year, the senior. He's getting some more burn this game than he has in prior, and I think that's really nice to see that, because he definitely has put in the work, and he's a very talented lacrosse player, so he gets to, have more playing time in his last game on his home field. Well-deserved.
And Coach K, love to see a coach that puts in a senior who has gotten a little bit less playing time than I'm sure he wanted.
Yeah.
And, it's not like he's a bad player at all. Eigen's a great player.
I always see him whenever I'm walking out, like during my free period or something, I always see him playing wall ball. Like, he definitely puts in work, I can tell.
Yeah, always during school. Pass to the middle, Schaefer. Doesn't turn and shoot, very interesting. Shot by Howard, who got it right in the middle. Very good opportunity. Ludlow lucky to not get burned there. And 9 minutes, 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Staples up 10-4. Best holds it on the side. The man up ends, and recovering back in, that was Zach Hathaway. And now we're back to even strength. Staples most likely going to hold for a little bit. They're going to keep their foot on the gas. Schaefer dodges. He gets space in the middle. Shot, score!
That's a hat trick for Schaefer.
Schaefer with a hat trick, and now it's 11-4 with just under 9 minutes left to play. Staples leads.
And if you look behind there, to the right of Staples' bench, there's a bunch of PAL lacrosse wreckers. They were all just grittying after that goal, so they're really pumped up to see that. I think that's one of the best parts about the sports here in Westport, the culture. I know, Aiden, you and I both growing up, we played PAL football.
And I played PAL lacrosse Friday night.
You were always at the PAL football game.
At the back of the end zone.
Staples football game, yep.
And here, so many kids from the Westport PAL lacrosse program here to play. Good to see that pipeline is strong for the Staples program. And that's how you build really good powerhouse programs. It's to have a good youth to high school relationship.
Yeah, and it's great to see, and that's the kind of stuff how you'll get the powerhouse programs like you were saying, and you'll just get overall a better team, better athletics in Westport. So it's definitely a nice thing that we have here in this town.
And that's what people were saying Darien does really strongly. Why they're such a strong team is because they have that never-ending cycle of really talented players playing from when they're 7, 8 years old up until the time that they're, seniors in high school playing at 18 years old. As Ludlowe holds the ball on the offensive side, 8 minutes left in this game. Staples up by 7. The winner of this game will most likely play Ridgefield. Not official yet. That game's being played today as well. Presumably going to be Ridgefield winning. And then that would be the semifinal matchup of the state tournament. Going to go Thompson, guards. Shot. Marcus gets low, and he makes the save. Trying to make a diving scoop and shot at the same time. That's a little too much. That was Aaron Field. And Ludlowe recovers. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to play. Staples leads 11-4. Staples won their last game against Norwich Free Academy. It's a weaker team
And they won
compared to Staples. They won that game 22-1.
Yeah.
And that shot steams by Marcus. It's going to miss high, though.
I'm not trying to throw any shade, but I had rugby practice when Norwich Free Academy pulled up, and I remember turning, and I think I was talking to Rohan, one of the other kids on the team, and I thought that was a JV team, actually, that was walking in. So
Yeah.
I kind of expected some damage done.
And Staple being a top 2 or 3 seed, I can't exactly remember, in this tournament. Norwich Free Academy being a play-in team that just barely snuck in. That's what you expected. Ludlowe was somewhat middle-seeded in this tournament, and in this game for that reason. Shot comes in, sail. That one beats Huey high.
It kind of gets to a point where sometimes you just feel for a goalie. I mean, not when you're in goalie, and I never feel bad for you, but other goalies.
You love to see me fail, don't you?
I pray on your downfall, yeah. But
they're all preying on my downfall.
Other goalies, sometimes you just got to feel bad for the guy in net because for someone who doesn't understand, like me, who didn't understand, the sport of lacrosse, there's just a giant spotlight on the guy who's the last line of defense letting in the ball.
Yeah, and it's I mean, you ask for that when you play goalie. That's what comes with the position.
Yeah, because, you win, the goalie is always the one getting dogpiled, the one getting praised. You lose, there's still, everyone's still running out to you, but, you kind of feel bad. You feel a little bit more pressure on you than someone else might.
Howard holds it up top, and Staples might take – they're going to keep their foot on the gas as Eigen dodges to goal. He passes. That ball creeps into the middle, and it's picked up. Pushed into the crease was Rothenberg. So Staples is going to get the ball back, but Staples not taking their foot off the gas, not holding on to the ball. That's, a thing this team does. They don't want to. Even against NFA, they didn't, take their foot off the gas. They just put some backups in, and right now still the starting lineup in as you'd expect.
It's kind of still late in the game, and it's not like a crazy lead. So I don't know when we'll see the backups get in / if.
I don't think we'll see backups get in at this point, but I just don't know when Staples, if they would take their foot off the gas, try and hold on to the ball and let the clock bleed.
I think that they're never going to take their foot off.
Best dodges. Shot. A nice save by Huey. And he starts off the clear.
I think if they just become more selective with their shots.
And that flag is going to go down. A tripping penalty on Eigen is going to be a 30-second call. Say it.
Laundry on the field.
Ludlow's going to get the man up. What were you saying, Andy?
I said that I don't know if they'll necessarily take their foot off the gas. If they just become more selective with their shots, the clock will run off with it. They can play catch with each other and run off 6 minutes. I have no doubt in my mind they could probably play keep away and shave off 3 minutes at a time at least.
But how does that? I mean, that doesn't make you better. It doesn't get you mentally prepared for another game.
Exactly. That's why you don't want to let up off the gas. I don't think there's a point where they will. I think they're just going to keep playing, and the game will end when it ends.
Ball's held on the side by McCarthy. This team is passing the ball pretty frequently. They're trying to get a quick opportunity with the man up. McCarthy. Back up top to Kleinback. Back to McCarthy. He passes it down to Field. Field over to Tyler. Cross crease pass. Marcus saved. That one goes really high up in the air. But Keyser got a wide open 10-yard step down. Marcus got to it. That ball. You see how high that thing went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the helmet save of 21.
Of 21?
Yeah, JP.
He wasn't 21.
No, of 21, like 2021.
Oh. Yeah, he was 35, just like his brother is now. Scotty on the sideline, his first game back with the team. He missed about a month with an injury and then some illness. Love to see Scotty back with us. Ball held on the side, 4:45 left to play. Staples kills off the penalty. Going to dodge on Sale. Slipping. Doesn't get much going. Pass across the field. Kleinback. Now to McCarthy. McCarthy guarded by Gebecki. Back to Kleinback. Pass to the middle. That one's tipped. Being batted around the middle of the field. A scramble for the ball.
Oh.
Marcus makes the jumping save. Not sure if he made the save or if that was just missed.
I thought maybe he missed.
But either way, 4 minutes left, and Staples now has possession. They're up 12-4. Held on the side, Mueller. Mueller's got to get a touch into the box. And Staples is going to call a timeout before they get that failure to advance call. 3 minutes, 53 seconds left to play. Staples leads 12-4.
I don't know. There isn't much to say, man. Like, I don't think there hasn't been a goal for, 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. It's been kind of a quieter game now just because Staples is becoming a little bit, they're not taking the foot off the gas, but they're becoming a little bit more selective. They're not just going to keep trying to run up the score.
And you don't want to take stupid shots and just give out possession after possession because of lacrosse being such an easy sport to continually get goals. You know, there's no reason to take big risks right now, and they won't.
Exactly, and I will never say the game is over when, I will not say the game is ever over when it's over. But I will never say game's over before the final buzzer.
But I don't think Staples is going to lose.
I do not think Staples is going to lose, and I do not think that Ludlowe is going to win. I can say that right now. I'm 99% sure.
And Staples has a really pretty thick crowd today, which is nice to see. We look over to the side. We see the little kids, little wreckers on the sideline doing the row the boat celebration right now.
Love to see it.
That's what I was laughing at a little bit. It's pretty funny.
Damn, Huey's like hyping up his guys right now. Might be a little bit too late. It's just
but no, I don't. You shouldn't blame Huey for that. I mean,
I don't.
Is there ever a time to give up just because it's a little late?
Absolutely not. You never want to give up, but
No.
it's just like one of those things. I don't know.
And something I've noticed is Staples gave him a goal this half, or was it 7-4? 7-4.
Yeah.
So Marcus has held down a shutout
In the second half, yeah.
Wow.
Playing
You know,
amazing.
Marcus not happy with his first half performance. You know, was visibly upset about it. Comes out, gets some extra work in before the start of the third quarter, and he's been lights out this half.
The sweatpants specialist, Josh Marcus.
But he wears shorts sometimes. I don't know. Josh he says that he doesn't have to commit to one, and I think he's wrong for that. I'm a shorts guy. I mean, I started with pants early in the season. I switched. JP rock shorts.
JP rock shorts, but Scott is a pants guy. I remember that
Scott
from
is a
last
big
year.
pants
He was
guy.
always a pants guy. So is that it? You choose one, you just got to ride or die for the
That's
rest
what
of
I
your career?
think, but Josh doesn't agree. Josh, if you are listening back to this, I'm mad at you. I still think that you're wrong for that.
For just changing up? Just what he's feeling.
Shot Howard with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left. That one goes in. And the score 13-4.
And the Wreckers are rowing the boat over there. The little Wreckers.
They're all bowing. No, they're bowing. Wreckers are on the boat, and
Wreckers
the
are
whole
on the
team's
boat.
bowing down to the sideline as Howard has more than a hat trick at this point.
It's because Chuck, he's him, bro. That's what it is. Look, he's gritting across the scoreboard right now. You love to see it. But, Aiden, I got the serious question for you. You ready?
Yeah, all right.
All right. Did the sweatpants actually, take away from the ball, when you get hit? Does it actually make it feel any less painful?
It's just a mental. Yes and no. Yes, it does a little bit, but it's all a mental thing. If you feel more comfortable, like you're more protected if you're wearing sweatpants. Goalie is such a mental thing. It's all in your own head.
That's exactly what it is with scrum caps. I'm telling you. They don't do a thing, but I feel like I could run into someone, head first and not feel any pain. It's crazy.
Chinnett's on the side. And timeout Ludlowe with 3 minutes left exactly on the dot. Staples leads 13-4.
Comeback season? Question mark? Yo, dude, they're putting Mariano Rivera in.
Oh, they're playing Enter Sandman right now.
You know,
I was so confused. I was like, you're saying, is Mariano Rivera here or something?
Oh, you know what I'm thinking about right now?
You're so immature.
This might be this could be the last game I call with Aiden. And, it's really bittersweet. Called since freshman year. But the real thing I'm thinking about right now was when we called that Brian McMahon game, and it was like 19 to something in like the third quarter, and we started talking about how Jay Williams was at Compo playing basketball
Iconic
with all of our
moments.
friends.
And we just want to thank everyone out there for listening to us. This could very well be the last time you hear the Aiden and A&D tandem of calling the cross game. We'll be on other stuff, but we thank everyone for supporting us, those who made donations, all of that. Thank you so much. As something
Sage
is
just
being
erupted.
chanted out,
Yeah, someone
I
said
think they were
something.
talking about something Charlie Howard did. I know that he just reached 200 career points, but he might have just overtaken someone on the leaderboard being past 200.
Go Charlie Howard. He is him.
You know, especially after missing an entire season, his sophomore year was the COVID year, where spring sports were all canceled. That's absurd to me.
And right now I'm trying to find word on the Staples Trumbull baseball game that WWPT was also calling prior to this game, because I just want to know who...
Shannon Scars getting into the goal. He's got a lot of space, and that was lost. Chanitz picks it up. 2:45 left to play. Gabe, over to Marcus. Marcus passes it in the middle of the field. Very deep pass to Andy, and he picks that one up.
Andy?
Oh, Lachlan. Not you. God, not everything's about you.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, they're such a self-centered. Yeah, I won't even say it. 2:20 left in this game to play. Looking to see the score.
I'm trying to find out about the Trumbull game, because I sit next to Chris Zajac in algebra, and he's always and I was talking about the game, and he was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Trumbull's a pretty good team." So I'm trying to find the score, but I just literally don't know where to look.
2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Staples still foot on the gas. Carter Gay looks to dodge. He passes it off to Clark. Clark is going to back out. Now we're at 1:55, and it's looking like Staples might just hold on to it at this point. They're they call it their Mexico offense, where they're just going to try and send the ball down and not take a lot of shots.
Why?
And now over to Best. They take a shot anyways, and Aiden Best clanks it off the post. That ball goes out of bounds, and that's going to be Staples' ball. They're going to hold on to it. Best. He's got it. And with 1:30 left, I'd be interested to see if Staples would keep shooting. It's a sportsmanship thing at this point. They don't care. Sale dodges. Sale gets a little space. And he shoots and scores with 1:16 left.
I mean, like, when it's this late in the game, sometimes you just kind of stop getting excited for scores. Like, it was a great move by Sale.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just like, you know, it's just adding on to the pile of awesomeness that Staples has had. That's the only word that I can think of that Staples has had as of yet. And it's just kind of making Ludlowe feel smaller and smaller, which is unfortunate. Someone's holding up a Logan Marson poster right now, if you look down in front of the fence.
Marson's the man. I actually told Marson I'd give him a shout-out. My locker's right next to his for this team. I told him I'd give him a shout-out.
That's fun.
So, shout-out Marson.
I think Ludlow's obviously going to try to get the shot, but I don't know if they'll actually get an opportunity.
Yeah, doesn't seem like it. Ludlowe passing around. They're going to, obviously, they're still going to go to goal, but spin back, pass to the middle. That one's lost. Mueller picks it up. Back to Marcus. And with 30 seconds left, I think that's going to do it. Staples is going to get this win with 14-4. With 20 seconds left, they're going to run out the clock. Nope, over the head of Legou, that pass. Ovi and Legou are in.
You
Beautiful.
love to see it. You
Beautiful.
love to see it.
True senior leaders on this team. Not so much on the field, but very vocal leaders.
Yeah, and I love Legou. He was in my culinary class.
Two very vocal guys, and that's for a reason. With 5 seconds left, countdown, 3, 2, and Marcus makes that final save. Staples moves on to the state semifinal where they'll play most likely Ridgefield with a chance to make it to the championship of the state. Staples comes out with that expected win, but always a big one. Only 2 more games, and that's at the max for this team. Really great win to see for this team.
It's definitely I gotta say, was it the best game from us to maybe end this tandem calling games on? I'm gonna say yes and no.
I mean,
no, because it wasn't like a great lacrosse
but
game.
it's a win in the playoffs,
But
and that's
exactly. It's a win in the playoffs.
You know, I'm getting a little choked up right now as the little guys on the field, but I get a little choked up as this could be the last time that I call a game with you, Andy.
Sad.
So, you'll get to call some lacrosse. I might not.
Yeah, but it won't be the same.
Let me get one last send-off. For all of you out there, thank you so much for listening. For WPT 90.3 FM and studios of 70 North Avenue in collaboration with O'Shea Productions and NFHS. For one last time, I'm Aiden Parnes, joined alongside Andy Cerrito. We'll see you next time.